Right then, guess what? Where we returned to? Is this Chancery Lane bunker? No way, I think it is. Sadly, this lift is the one that doesn't work. There's multiple lifts here. Go in. So you can't take the lift down. This is one of the weird ones, and I believe this used to be the Second World War shaft when it was the Second World War bunker before it got converted to Cold War bunker. This lift goes from ground floor, mezzanine, and lower ground floor. It used to be 2 bunker levels, upper bunker and lower bunker, but since it was converted from World War II to Cold War, they've changed it so it's just 1 level in the bunker. That mezzanine level is like a weird little level where it connects up this shaft to what used to be a circular stairwell shaft, a more typical bunker shaft. I don't know why they've got mezzanine, it's like a little floor with nothing on it. But we're going to go down to the bunker level. Sadly, no lift ride. So we're going to have to walk down. And before we go down, let's just take a look up above this lift. That's on top of the lift. Now if we go up here, we can have a look up at the top wheel room. This is just the wheel spot above the lift shaft. Here's the wheel room above the lift shaft. 40 metres deep. It's deeper than London Underground. London Underground's 30 metres deep here. So this is a deep bunker. Now up here we have a little top area above the bunker. Now let's go down into the bunker. So we come down the ladders down to mezzanine level. This is a weird little level that connects up this shaft here to the other shafts. I'm not entirely sure which ones of the shafts are the Second World War ones and which ones are the Cold War ones. We could carry on going down all the way down the ladders to the bunker, but there's a staircase down here. But before we look at one of the weirdest bits is if we go around here, there's the lift doors, and the lift doors open just to that. So if you open up your lift door, and when you get out your lift, and you have to squeeze through this little gap to do anything. Why on earth they stop the lift at this really inconvenient spot? It's such an inconvenient spot to stop a lift. So you come out of the lift, along to your stairs there, but we're going to go through this way, which is out to the route to the staircase to the bunker. So this is what mezzanine level's like. Now we're going to walk this way along to the other staircase. We're here at Central Line train going past. We're about 15 metres deep at the moment, so you've still got a way to go down to a bunker. At the moment we're above the Central Line, but when we get to a bunker we'll be below the Central Line. Stalactites. And we go along to this section. Go along here to the staircase. Now this to me looks like a World War II shaft. I don't know, this seems weird. A World War II shaft goes up and finishes here. Maybe it did finish here all along. But this seems strange because normally in these bunkers the World War II shafts take you up to street level. You go through this little door here. This takes you to the other side of the World War II shaft. Because the World War II shafts have 2 staircases in a double helix. One staircase to upper bunker, one staircase to lower bunker. So that there is definitely a World War II shaft. You can tell from like bell size and all the other bunkers. And this here is the position where the old World War II lift used to be. So the World War II lift used to be here, but I removed it. And here we have a big fan. What's in this cupboard? Fan controllers, should I say, old in here. Oh, look at slate relays. Beefy. That's like it's made by Dewhurst. It's not a lift logic, it's a fan logic, but it's still built by Dewhurst. So come up here to the top of a World War II shaft. That's where your lift wheels would have been and your lift motor. So back in the World War II days, the World War II shaft didn't actually go to the surface, which is surprising. On most of the other bunkers they do, but one of the shafts at Clapham North doesn't. So this is a bit like one of the shafts, the south shaft at Clapham North, where the World War II shaft doesn't get to street level. Instead you have to go out, then through the door there and along to the other shaft to street level. So it's got a staggered shaft for this bunker, which is very unusual. So now go down the World War II staircase to the bunker level. And now I come down to lower mezzanine. This is not bunker level yet. We've still got a bit of distance to go until we get to bunker level. Bunker level's down there. But this one has this extra floor, lower mezzanine, that only Chancery Lane bunker has. So let's see what is on lower mezzanine level. Go through here. And this here is your ventilation shaft. That's your ventilation shaft. And if we go along here, lights would work this time. Last time I came down here, lights didn't work. This is really creepy. They come along here to the next part of the ventilation shafts. This is how he would have ventilated it back in the World War II days. Actually, I think they're still using this for ventilation even in the Cold War days. And here's your ventilation shaft. Well, land value is very high at Chancery Lane, so all these entrances and ventilation shafts all got built over. Oh, and here's Central Line train again. So we're back across the ventilation shaft. And now we're going to go down the stairs to the actual bunker itself. Now we get to this part. Now in this part the staircase stops. The reason why it stops is this staircase is a double helix spiral staircase. This is double helix, and it would have originally gone to upper and lower bunker. But as upper and lower bunker no longer exist and it's just one level for the entire bunker, this staircase no longer worked. Flooring in the bunkers for upper and lower is completely gone and been replaced with a single bunker level. So they got rid of the staircase and replaced it with ladders. So we've now come down to bunker level. Before we do that, let's go down to the service area below the bunker, where there is an arc rectifier. We've now come down to the service area below the bunker. Go through these sets of doors here, along to the arc rectifier room. Quite a lot of tunnels coming off here. And this here's below the air shaft with a massive fan. Got tunnels going off sideways. Interestingly, only Chancery Lane has these extra tunnels going off sideways from the service room. But if we go up here first, this leads up to the arc rectifier room. This part is completely World War II. That's pretty much untouched with World War II. I did not convert this into Cold War. And here is the arc rectifier. Can't have a bunker without an arc rectifier. Oh, that's in a different position on the other bunkers. That bit there is in the middle there. Is it arc rectifier start-up time? No, there's no chance that'll work. No. So now we're going to try the side passages. And as the Cold War, look at that door. They didn't have doors like that in World War II, so these side passages were added for Cold War use. But it's still flooded. Last time this one was flooded. Oh, that's a shame. I want to see what's up there. It looks interesting. It looks like it goes somewhere. So if we go this way, some pipes going up there. And we've got this way. Now where does this one go? It's another tunnel going off this way. Again, this is Cold War era. This is not World War II era. And this one's flooded last time and it's no longer flooded. Oh, that's good. That means we're going to have a look where it goes. We are now at bunker level. No unauthorised entry, emergency access only. Luckily it doesn't apply to us. Oh wow. Male and female. These toilets smell. So they smell really strong actually. Oh wow. The smell down here is absolutely horrible. Oh, the smell's bad. Hand dryer. There's no power in this bit. Ooh, these toilets are... Oh my, people shutting that. Oh, no wonder it stinks. I think you should leave this part, it smells. Then we've got up the staircase this way. Oh, there goes the train. We've got the other toilets. Look at all those batteries. So this here is a World War II tunnel converted to Cold War use. Back when it was World War II, they would have had a floor across the middle. This floor would have been lower, so imagine that floor being a bit lower, then a floor across the very middle of the tunnel circle, and then you'd have upper bunker and lower bunker. When it got converted for Cold War, that was removed, and then all of this was put in. And then coming off of the side are these tunnels, which are new additional tunnels for the Cold War. These were not part of a World War II bunker. These are entirely Cold War, this section up here. Oh, wow. And that train is above us. We are deeper than the underground. Shall we make a phone call? Do you think that still works? No. That is a very big tunnel there. And the fire alarm's still on. Those trains are loud. And up there is the generator room. Through here, this is a crossover tunnel between your two World War II tunnels. This is the World War II exit from the bunker to the underground station, because all of the bunkers had direct exits directly from the bunker level to the underground station. So go up a staircase, so start up what would have been lower bunker, and this would have been upper bunker here. So just here, there would have been a passage out there to upper bunker, but upper bunker no longer exists. We go through here, and this goes up to your underground station. And that is also blocked off. So that's your route there to Chancery Lane Underground Station. Let's now go through this way. Again, this is a World War II tunnel, so this would have had two levels originally, upper and lower bunker. Middle level, again, taken out for Cold War. And in the Cold War, I put all this equipment here. This is your backup power supply. So if ever the main power supply failed, when they had the telephone exchange in here, they would have used this to power up their telephone exchange and kept the telephone exchange running in the event of the power failing in a nuclear fallout. Compressor. Spare fuses. There's literally so much down here. Why do I need so many power supplies? So many power supplies. So that's your power supplies. And up here we come to the generator. That there is one of the generators. An interesting thing, you can actually tell the difference between your Cold War to your World War II tunnelling. So this is what you see in your other World War II bunkers such as Camden, Belsize, you see this sort of tunnelling. But in the sections where they've rebuilt it for the Cold War, you can see, like, and it says GPO, which gives away. That is a big generator, like really big. Is that just the alternator for the generator? Look how big that is. Manual override to your filtrations. If all else fails, you can still do filtration by hand. So here we have a manual crane, completely manual. Along to the offices. decorative feature. You would have bought a Cold War bunker, they'd want to add decorative features. Now we're into the staff canteen now. There's this weird decorative feature. I like the walls. Look how I've styled it. Okay, I wouldn't style it like that nowadays. It's a really 70s looking. Oh wow, that is so strange looking. This is just weird. Nobody would style an underground bunker like that in the modern day. It's such weird styling. That is very, very Cold War. And we come through here too, the weird creepy passage. Oh, that train's loud. That train is loud. Now this is the weird bit, because this goes down across to the other tunnel, then back up again. This part is from the Cold War, because they did not have this tunnel in the Second World War bunkers. So let's go down this weird staircase and see where it goes. It goes down the weird spiral staircase. This is definitely one of the weirder bits of the bunker. Down to the bottom where there's lots of beer cans. Go through this tunnel here, and up the other side. What is the point of this? Now this is really deep because we are below the deep bunker. So we are extremely deep now. And it goes to the other side, to the other two parallel tunnels, and it then goes up. What's the point of that? Because you can easily walk between the two parallel tunnels. So why do you need this weird staircase down, across and up again? Why did they put in the effort to build this? I simply don't understand this. It's very strange. And here we are, up at the other side. In this part, which is a very strange refurbishment. Look at that. This is one of the weirder bits of the bunker. I do like it though. I like its styling. What do you think of the picture? Oh, the train sounds very close here. These pictures. I don't even got a light to light up the picture. What is so special about this picture? They have to light it up. And along we go to the staff canteen. This is definitely one of my favourite bits of the bunker because it is so weird. Oh look, emergency stop, the same type that you get on lifts quite often. This has to be one of the weirdest bits of his bunker. Would you like to buy anything at your staff canteen? We sell mouldy burgers, probably. Oh, look, that one's illuminated. There's no picture in that one. Oddly decorative for a bunker, which is meant to be purely functional. Well, it is nice they've added that decoration. And I do like that bit of ceiling air with that view of the canteen. Look at that ceiling, this is so strange. That looks sort of Cold War classic looking bunker to escape the nuclear blast on that section. When we look at a section, it's like a weird refurbishment. It's like, what? Oh, I like that tank. Food waste disposer. This is a strange place. Haven't seen any cooking equipment that looks like this for a very long time. What? It looks unsafe to eat a potato's been peeled on that. So it's like a sander for potatoes. What is in here? The oven. 3 doors, green, pink and sort of beigey colour. Bossy! Big fan there, with 2 fans on it. Regular mode and fire mode. So both go different ways. Oh, look at the filtration. There's a lot of filtration in here. We now come along to the western entrance to the bunker. This part's beeping. So we're now at the western entrance. And here you've got some equipment down here. Foster. Got this spooky tunnel here. And up here is the lifts to the western entrance. The alarms are still beeping as always. So this shaft would have had one single lift, then a double helix spiral staircase going around the outside of the lift. When they updated it to cold war use, they then got rid of the spiral staircase and single lift and converted it into having two lifts. Look at the shaft there, you can see that is the original World War II shaft but converted. Here's your two lifts. The lifts work, which is always a nice touch that you have working lifts. And then through this door, emergency exit through the door. So open this up, and then through here is ladders. Rather than your spiral staircase that you would have had originally, you've now got this ladder to go all the way up to the surface, simply because they've now got a bigger lift shaft. Because before it had a little lift shaft, it's a little tiny lift. Now I've got a big lift shaft with two lifts. So the non-lift route out is now a lot more cramped. The lifts. There is the lift down there, and up here is on top of the lift. There's your ladder, go up, all the way up the lift shaft. What is it about lifts and bunkers that are so epic? These lifts are awesome. It works well for a bunker. The lifts are in good condition. So take a look at the lift shaft. Creepy lift pit, counterweight, and up your lift shaft. There's something about a deep bunker working lifts. Vintage bunker lift time. That is what you call a good lift. I'm off, it's going. Whee! This lift is epic. Oh, this lift's epic. That is amazing. Counterweight. Let's both lifts move together. Still can't get over the time when I came in this bunker for the first time, came down the stairs and there's working lids. There's something special about us at the moment. Ooh, that's amazing up here. So from your lifts you've got passages both sides. These I believe go to toilets. There is this original World War II section. Look at that's the World War II section toilets. These toilets are probably converted in the Cold War though. This is a World War II toilet block here. Oh my. This is actually the only intact toilet block I know of in all of the bunkers, because in all of the other ones, the toilets are all missing in the toilet sections. Now I don't know if these toilets are original from World War II, these were converted or updated in the Cold War. But it's nice to see the original section still with toilets in. Toilet. Yuck. Look at that door. World War II or Cold War, what do you think on that door? There's pretty much nothing in this bunker original from World War II, apart from some of the outer shells of the tunnels. They pretty much updated everything. Got a ladies' toilet this side. So this is the lower bunker, toilet level. Also there's the upper bunker toilet level I think on this section. The only part of this bunker where upper bunker still exists. This section here of the bunker is the only section where the staggered bunker, lower and upper bunker, still exists, because the rest of the bunker in the Cold War, they removed the middle section and converted it into one bunker level. So if you now look up here on this section, we're currently at lower bunker on this bit, but notice it slopes up very slightly. Because the new Cold War bunker level is very slightly higher than lower bunker, meaning it got a lot of unused space underneath that. But then the flooring for upper bunker's gone, so they've got a big tunnel here with a floor there, but if we go down here to when it's original, see it slopes down slightly, and this is the original lower bunker level. Then if we go up a staircase here, this is the only section where you still got the original World War II flooring of the upper bunker. So this here is upper bunker level. You can see this floor here? This staggers the tunnel between upper and lower bunkers. All of the original World War II ones have this, but this is the only section in this Cold War one where the staggering floor is still here. So we are now on upper bunker level. Ooh, what's this? Zeta systems. That, I believe, is a computer, a very old computer. You put your program in it and it runs your program, and your program comes on a tape. Does connect to all of the terminals. Is that like a mainframe system? So you run your operating system on there, then all of these have terminals, so they interact with like a terminal interface to your main operating system. A very different way to running computers in the modern day. Very old equipment here. Shall we have a look at what's in the Zeta system? Several components to it. Zeta systems. So that is a tape drive for your Zeta system computer. Imagine powering this up, how amazing this would be. What is that plug? It's American. Good condition actually, for how old this is. Look, I've done that cable. Rainbow cable. Daytel modem operation manual. British Telecom. 1983. Oh, this is old stuff here. dial-up links. Oh, those were the days. Connect it up to your PSTN telephone. Spooky doors. Those doors look particularly creepy. That is a proper creepy set of doors. So if we go through the creepy doors, what's in this side? There's the upper bunker level toilets, where it was originally, but not anymore. Oh wow, that beeping's creepy. Kingsway alarm status panel. Ooh, status lamp. There's beeping. What's inside this? Oh, that is a creepy panel. Look how it's wooden. CO2 equipment. That is a proper creepy panel. That is creepy and very interesting. It's a pipe arch. London to Leeds, A1. London to Leeds. This stuff is extremely complicated. I hope the 80s doesn't get lost, because it's an era I feel like the 1980s as an era is just going to be lost to time and forgotten about. And I hope that isn't the case, because it was a very interesting era. So you've got here all of the different link-ups from your trunk exchange. So you've got places like Aylesbury, Braintree, Salisbury, Poole, Ashford. It links up all of the different areas that you might want to connect to. So 6 generators in here. Oh, and we're now to the Hoisting appliance lift. This is the lift that goes up to Chancery Lane Station. So this is a lift that was new for the Cold War. Hoisting appliance co, absolute classic. Doesn't have a full lift car, it just has this, and here you can proper see how the Hoisting Appliance Co lift works. There used to be one of these, actually not that far from here, that worked, but then that building used to be my private personal abandoned building, and then homeless people went in, squatted the building, homeless people kicked out, and the building was then secured, meaning I lost access to my private personal Hoisting Appliance Co lift. No! But here we've got one which we can see better how it works. Sadly though, we can't actually make this one move. So that's Chancery Lane Station on the upper floor. Then on the lower floor is the bunker. It's big chains. It's so weird how these Hoisting Appliance Co lifts work. A very interesting, strange lift these. So you've got there. So they are actually chain operated lifts. We can't get into the station from here, it's all sealed. And that is station level there. So you can see, that's a good view on this, because you can see how much deeper the bunker is to the underground station. It's quite a bit deeper. I just really like Hoisting Appliance lifts because they're so interesting. I'm going to go up and have a quick look at the motor of it. So we've now just come up to station level. Through there is the train station. And there we have the Hoisting Appliance Co lift. Oh, and I've just found where the motor is for it. There goes the train. I've just found out how to get to motor because I came here previously. I couldn't work out how to get to motor to this one. Oh, I haven't been to this bit before. Hoisting Appliance Co lift. Oh, that's the logic to it. This is an absolute classic. Well, this is a fairly typical sort of logic, sort of 80s relays. That's what your Hoisting Appliance Co lift is like, and just above us there is the motor. So this is in a weird position how it goes, because they've got logic here on this level, with inspection control there for the lift logic, your main contactor for it. The motor's actually hard to see because the motor's just there. So how your Hoisting Appliance Co lift works is you've got 4 sets of chains. So the chains go around from the other side of the cog, they connect up to these 4 things, They're then used by a prop shaft that goes round the shaft, connecting all 4 cogs together, run the chains. Then from that, you then have a motor that drives it. And there you've got your 90-degree prop shaft alteration box, because you've got your motor just beyond there, you can't quite see it. A motor connects on both sides to that box that then connects up to the 2 cog wheels. So it's a very unusual design of lift. There's a lot of generators here. We've seen about 6 of them. I like this. A spanner cabinet where they draw on each spanner should be in a certain place. So if ever a certain spanner was missing, you know exactly which one it is that's missing. P, RP, RP, RP. And Q. What is this for, this indicator? It looks absolutely epic, but I have no idea what it's for. What does it say on the other side? Oh, same stuff again on the other side. That is amazing. Now that is a big switch. I've never seen an Ellison switch that big before. I have seen a lot of Ellison switches, but not that big. That is a massive one. More power supplies up here. More generators. There's a lot of generators here. You'd think I'm just showing you the same generator multiple times, but no, I've actually got about 8 generators on this site. It's so big. AC changeover cubicle. MISC DC, DC, and 2 blanks. And an Alt and RMA. Hazard room. What do you think the hazard is? Let's find out. Oh, batteries as your hazard. A lot of batteries. So this here is as middle passage. We're at the very centre of the bunker now. That's the bit that goes off to the underground station. Lots of switches there. There's an office building, like a little office building built in the bunker. So you can walk down the side of the office building. How strange is that? We go into the office building. Oh, the lights are still on this part. That's good. This is the strange, so 70s looking, cheap office building built into the bunker. This is so weird. Would you like to go into my office in this weird 70s place? Just imagine all the 70s people doing their work here. Oh, and that, look at that. And the floor goes up here to run their computer cables under the floor. This is the computer room. I think there's still a couple of computers in here. This is your computer room. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is a cooling system for all your computers that will be in here. All of your 80s mainframe computer stuff. There must have been a lot more computers in here. They must have removed a lot of equipment. This room looks quite empty. I bet it's be jammed full of mainframes back in the day. But then you got in here. It's very 80s how we have the boards that slot in. So you have like your board at the back, which is like a bus system to link up all the other boards, and you slot your boards in. This is odd. They built them like that in the 80s. Lots of electronic circuits. More cooling. There must have been computers all over here. I bet all these grates had computers on originally. Oh, do you think that's how the cooling goes down the pipes underneath and blows air up through these grates to cool the computers? Kilo stream. Network connection. So the networking stuff's still about. Oh, I'd love to have seen the computers here. Sadly, most of them are gone. And that's what runs underneath. Lots of cables for your computers. Yeah, more cooling. What does this machine do? No bloody way. It is a Burroughs. Now, if you don't know who Burroughs are, they made old-fashioned calculators before electronics. I've got a 1950s Burroughs till in my collection at home. So in the 1950s, They built devices that could add up money and do lots of calculations entirely by cogs. No electronics at all. Then into the electronic era, Burroughs probably didn't have any knowledge of electronics, but what they did have knowledge on was mechanical systems. So in the 80s, it appears it made the tape drives for computers. Yeah, that's where you put your tape. I believe that's like a tape drive. You put your tape in there. That is so interesting. And here we've got another Burroughs. Wow, look at that. So how would you mount your tape? The tape must have slotted in there. These must have been big tapes. You must have slotted it in. Then the thing must have come out. The motor, I think, goes in the back to run your tape. It must have wrapped the tape round your reader, a bit like you would do on a video player. That spring's falling out, so it's not going to work. And that must have moved, yeah, that would move across to tension your tape. Oh yeah, that bit there. See that drum there, that would be your reader, that reads your tape. I wonder how much storage you get on a tape in those days. Like probably like 1 megabyte now, for a bit more than that, but it'd be tiny compared to modern day. Got this machine here. Oh, that's a disk drive. Oh, I see, okay. So I believe this is the thing that goes on top of your tape. So when you store your tape, you put this bit of paper on top of it to identify what the tape is. And this tape was recorded in 1990. So we've left the computer room now, along to the flickery light room. What's in this room? Oh, through this door is just the side of the tunnel, where you can see the office buildings built into the weird tunnel. It's just so strange. There's nothing in those rooms. Those rooms just go out to the tunnel outside. So you're sloping down again. So that's the new Cold War bunker. It's sloping down. We're now walking down to what would have been lower bunker in the World War II bit, and up there would have been upper bunker when it was back in World War II. But obviously upper and lower bunker have been ripped out. So now if we go this way, more machines. Let's go around another corner, there's yet another machine. There's machine after machine in here. Oh, I like that. That looks like proper old slates. So you imagine that running a lift. That is nice. Let's power up my lift. Fuck, that's still on. What the fuck? I thought I was all off. Wow, this is a good view here. So I believe we're now at the east entrance. As far as I know, we might not be. Nice this part of the bunker looked. Oh yeah, this bit looks really good. This is a really good view showing all to the World War II bunker into the Cold War bunker. You can really see it on this part. Staircase. A spiral staircase. I didn't know there was a spiral staircase in here.
It's very awkward with a big tripod.
That is a dark looking tunnel. When we go through here, this is the tunnel that goes down a long way. This tunnel is a deep section. Now, in my first video when I came here, I wondered, why is there this weird deep tunnel? The reason is for all of the wires. Because the trunk tunnel that connects up all of the bunkers and telephone exchanges connects into this bunker over there. But for all the things on this side of the bunker, they run the cables in through the trunk tunnel when it goes down under the bunker and up the other side. So this tunnel here is to link up the trunk tunnel on the other side of the bunker, to link all the cables coming in that want to go over this side of the bunker. Rather than running all these cables directly across the bunker, getting in everyone's way, they run them in this extra little tunnel down under the bunker and up the other side. So to show you how much deeper this tunnel goes, look over here, and it goes down like another 10 metres. This does link up to the trunk tunnel, this section, but it goes down up the other side and links to the trunk tunnel on the other side. So you come down to this tunnel here, which is your link-up tunnel. This goes to the trunk tunnel. Shall we walk through? This goes, oh, we're now a lot deeper in the bunker. We're about 50 metres deep now. See, the underground's 30 metres deep, the bunker's 40 metres deep, and we went down 10 metres to get here. This is 50 metres deep underground. A nice, deep, depth. Trunk tunnel depths. Because the trunk tunnel is known as the deepest layer. Even though I think Crossrail is now deeper, now a bit of Crossrail, but the trunk tunnel is a deep tunnel. So now go up the other side of the bunker. And it goes up there, but that's actually blocked, so you can't go up there. So it goes up the other side of the bunker and up to the trunk tunnel up there. That's the exchange there. The wires to the exchange are entering that way, but there's a lot more wires that are entering in down the 50-metre tunnel. So your 50-metre deep tunnel, the one where we were just in just now, yes, that comes out here. So you see just here, that's where the 50-metre deep tunnel would have come out. So now if we go up here, this is it, everyone. This is the trunk tunnel. Is it trunk tunnel time? It'll be bricked up, but... Is it trunk tunnel time? Trunk tunnel time. I want to get into trunk tunnel. Is it going to be open? I doubt it. No, still not open, sadly. Trunk tunnel. Just beyond this wall is the tunnel to all of the Cold War bunkers. It's bricked up. Apparently every single one of the Cold War tunnels is bricked up into the trunk tunnel. The only way in now apparently is from BT Tower or from Trunk Control North, and those will be extremely hard to get in. So effectively, all these bunkers are not linked into the trunk tunnel anymore. I've sealed up because I want the trunk tunnel secure because it's a communication tunnel. More sump pumps. Oh, and from here we have the original link-through tunnel, because notice it's slightly higher. Because this link-through tunnel would be exactly halfway to an upper and lower bunker. So originally this would have came through to here. Originally it would have been steps up to our bunker and steps down to lower bunker originally. But this is your original Second World War link-through tunnel. So there's a couple of little bits from Second World War still somewhat original, but most of it's all Cold War in here. So now come out the other side. Look at the wooden flooring. It's telephone exchange time. The remains of the telephone exchanges in this bit. This is a weird bit. The remains of the telephone exchange. There's some stairs here. Where do these go? Up to a little tunnel. Where's this go? I've never been up this bit or whatever. It goes nowhere. Well, the wires are cut to it. But... Oh wow. Is this the exchange or is this just the terminal connectors? But there's so much of it. So big, but it's only a small part. This is the only bit that's still surviving. It would have been many, many more of these. Actually, I believe on this, I put the unit on that switches it onto that. I believe that looks like to me the connectors where you put your unit onto it. So it's like the exchange but missing the mechanical part. Ooh. Here is the bottom of the lift we first came in. So on that lift we came in, we went down to mezzanine level, went across to the other staircase. If we'd carried on down the shaft and hadn't gone across, this is where we would have come out, just here. So, can we get in the motor room? Another look. If I can hear a fan. This is my first time down here. The eastern entrance lift motor room. Last time this was flooded and I couldn't get in this bit. And wow, that is a big motor. What's that fan I can hear? Oh, it's a fan for a motor room. How strange. Resistors for your lift, and in here is your lift logic. Oh, this type of logic. I don't think there's power down there. Testing up, no. That's weird that the fan's on for the motor room, that's so strange. Is that the 3/4 wheel? Look how big that is. Wow, that is a proper serious lift. I like it. Lift pit, let's look up. Oh, that's a tall lift shaft. Oh wow. So here we have the avenues. These are the side sections coming off the main sections. Dirty. Oh, that's part of the asbestos removal. There's so much equipment, so much photograph. You're not sure what to look at, it's so much. This section here is more of this weird Cold War sort of panelling and the weird offices. What?
They're bunk beds.
Overnight challenge? What the fuck? Overnight challenge? What's that do, that switch? Oh wow. It's locked, you can't get out this one. They built a building over the exit. Land prices are a bit high at Chancery Lane, so having entrances to bunkers, they got brought out by some big company. So that is the last entrance now. Got another big door. Oh yeah, poor lift, what did they do to it? Yeah, you're not getting out this lift, it's a bit sealed up upstairs. Got stairs there. Up, no point getting up there, it's just blocked up there. Lift there. This is a Cold War entrance, this isn't part of World War II entrances. Oh, this one's flooded.
Then I did that.